Happy New Year! It is a fresh start in a brand spanking new year to work on the goals that you have set for 2023. I absolutely love a goal, and I wanted to start the year by working on one that's been ongoing. It's skincare. If you are curious about a post-weight loss winter skincare routine, stay tuned because this is the video for you, friends. And if you're looking for even more weight loss surgery content meets the magic of Disney and mamahood, I hope you'll consider subscribing here and be a part of our growing Berrytail community. One of my most popular videos is my loose skin video. Honestly, it's kind of embarrassing, but based on the amount of views over time, it's clearly something y'all are looking for. Loose skin is a point of interest in weight loss surgery post-op life, so I get it. For your viewing pleasure, if you want to see me jiggle my arms all about and show you the loose skin on my body, you're welcome. I will leave it linked here, but I will also put it in the description box below, and it is a part of my weight loss surgery playlist as well, if you want to know what all the fuss is about. What I didn't include in that video, because it is featuring heavily my body skin, is skincare, and specifically the skin on my face, my neck, and my hands. All of that skin has changed since my weight loss surgery, so that's what I wanted to address with you today. Because I think the goal for any age, regardless of surgery, is to prevent dry, sagging skin. And I think I'm getting pretty good at it. For reference, it is my 3.5-year anniversary since I had my gastric sleeve, my weight loss surgery this month. I have been able to maintain almost a 100-pound weight loss since then. Not to toot my own horn, but because of my sustained weight loss, I am considered a success story in the weight loss surgery world. Toot toot. With this much weight loss that happened fairly quickly over a 1 to 2 year period of time, loose skin is not an abnormality. It's something we have to deal with. I know that loose skin is a potential deterrent for people who qualify for weight loss surgery. Nobody wants to go through weight loss surgery and then feel like they have tires worth of skin hanging off their body, or super dry, cracked, saggy face. I totally get it. And for those of you who will say, well, that's really vain, this is about your health, no one wants that, right? No one wants to look worse after surgery, even if it's a perceived worse, regardless of their health status. So I want to address some of the things I'm doing to alleviate that. This truly is where the work comes in. And I know it's beauty work. So for me, that's fun. But for other people, this will be actual work. What I have found overall since weight loss surgery is that I have to put work into things that I did not have to put work into prior in order to maintain normalcy. So things like my hair, skin, and nails, like my teeth, there are certain things that I do now that I didn't have to do pre-op because my body was naturally doing them for me. We'll get into it. Also, I'm 37, so I am no longer the elasticated spring chicken I once was. I have to do the work if I want my skin to be glowy, dewy, and bouncy. It's not coming with the privilege of youth anymore. And this is especially true in these dry winter months where I live on Cape Cod in the Northeast in Massachusetts. So the heat is on, I am in and out of cold weather. My skin doesn't love that. If you like this video, will you give it a thumbs up so that I know to do a spring summer edition later on? Thank you. Because the routine changes with the seasons, right? We have to adapt. I am going to be showing you some very raw and real footage of my bare skin face that I don't love showing on camera, but I'll do it for you. Let's start with my cleansing morning routine and skincare. Let's roll the clip. Good morning. I am coming to you bare skin, freshly washed, dry, and ready for skincare prep. It is the weekend, so I will be explaining in this video the difference between my weekly and weekend morning skincare routine, though the evenings tend not to change. And before I actually put on makeup to do errands today, I have a very busy day of things to do with Callie and my husband, all fun, but also all of the weekend chores that I don't typically get to during the week. I wanted to show you what I am doing for my post-op winter skin. Also, we are back into the curly girl routine a little more diligently. The winter is tough with curly hair. That is what I will say. Regardless of weight loss status, I think my hair prefers summer months, but I'm trying something new today. I got a little sample in a recent Sephora order of the JVN Air Dry Cream. This smells amazing. You can use a diffuser. If you have straight hair, you can also use this. It's not specific to curls, but we'll see how it goes. I've heard really good things about that line. Okay, so I've washed my face with my CeraVe Foaming Facial Cleanser. This is for normal to oily skin. I also really like the Philosophy Purity Facial Cleanser, and in the summer months I tend to do a double cleanse because I have oily skin and I use something entirely different, but this is like my winter skincare. I do wash my face twice a day with this. I have rosacea, which you may not necessarily be able to tell on screen, but it impacts this part of my face, like right on my cheeks. It can get very textured and red if I am not using products that are for sensitive skin. So everything I'm going to be showing you today is gentle. So after weight loss surgery, I was really concerned about certain areas of my face and sagginess and if I wouldn't be able to use certain products. And I know I have shared this in videos past, but I think having a solid skincare routine, I'm 37, I have lost almost 100 pounds and kept it off for 3 years. So I do get concerned about areas of my face looking saggy. And that also is true for my hands. So I think this is an anti-aging tip in general. Whatever I put on my face, I tend to take the excess of and rub it onto the backs of my hands, because hands can be also a dead giveaway, as well as the neck. I am wearing a turtleneck today, but I typically run my skincare down and up my neck as well. I am normally in a bathrobe when I do my skincare, but I thought I would be cuter for you in this little jumper. Let's pull the hair back with my obnoxiously large DIY Disney Amazon headband, and let's get into it. I will be pulling all of my skincare out of a super cute organized pouch that I will show you once all the skincare is out of it, and I'm going to link it in my description box. It is sent to me from Level 8 and I absolutely love it. I think this might be my favorite organizer. I used to not keep my stuff at home in an organizer. Wrong. I was wrong. I have a little vanity area that you are perched on top of, but honestly, this is changing the game. Okay, so we are going to begin with skincare for the eyes. This area has always been a little bit darker on me, which it's not a shadow from the light, though the lighting in here is not great, but it's always like, I got a full night's sleep. I sleep a lot. I am hydrated. This is always darker. I did go through a phase where I was Botoxing this out because when I smile, there are lines here. But I've recently only been Botoxing my forehead, like this area and my forehead. So I stopped doing that and started paying a little bit more attention to what I was putting under my eyes. So I have a few different things that I like. I don't have like a go-to eye cream. So if you have one that you absolutely love, will you leave it in the comments below? I've been using this Guerlain eye serum morning and night. It comes with like this little spot where you put your finger. This feels cold, though it would benefit from a beauty fridge. Sadly, my beauty fridge died and I haven't replaced it yet. And honestly, I haven't felt the need to, just the desire. I just would like to replace it. So I always serum morning and night before I put any eye cream on. And then I've been going back and forth between the Glow Recipe Avocado Melt Retinol Eye Cream. In the evenings, I've been using the Banana Bright eye cream from Ole Henriksen. My guess is that it doesn't matter which of these I use when. And certainly you do not need 2 eye creams. I also put this, you want to use your ring finger, in case you didn't know, because it's the most gentle and your under eye skin is the most delicate on your face. I also put this above my upper lip to prevent those like creasy lines. I'm not entirely sure that it does anything for that area, but I figure if it's going to help with my under eye creasing, it can work with other fine lines as well. And then I take my little trusty jade roller and gently rub this in. During the week, this step may or may not be completed depending on how much time I have. But I like that this helps the product settle into the skin. Okay, next up is toner. Next up is the skin prep for the face. I am using a pore shrinking toner from Glow Recipe. I know this is going to feel sponsored by Glow Recipe, but it's just simply because I like their products. This is a PHA and BHA, so it's using active ingredients in a gentle way during the day. The viscosity of this is really interesting because it's not watery, it's thicker than that. You need to make sure you have clean hands. This also smells delightfully like watermelon. I struggle with large pores primarily around this area of my nose, and I always have. And I did notice that those felt like they were growing bigger after weight loss surgery. The purpose of the Glow Recipe one is, it's a little sticky, is to shrink your pores, but also to hydrate your face. And I find in the winter, I really need that. I'm an incredibly oily skin gal, which I'm grateful for because I think it prevents dehydration of my skin. But in the winter, my skin does get dry, particularly in my areas of rosacea, on my nose. So I'm doing everything possible to keep my skin hydrated. Let's see what else is in this bag of goodies. Okay, so I am going in before my moisturizer with 2 different Glow Recipe products. One is the Plum Plump Hyaluronic Serum. This is one specifically meant for hydration. And in the winter, I absolutely love the Niacinamide Dewdrops from Glow Recipe. So I don't use this in the summer because it is too dewy for my skin. So I mix 1 to 2 pumps of each. Actually, just 1 pump of the plum. This is a plum watermelon combo. Very fruity. These came out of the Fruit Babies set, which I ordered during the holiday sale from Sephora. It was $32 and I love, love, love it. I've used all of these products in the past on their own and really liked them. So I like having the minis. I may invest in a few more of these sets if they still have them. If they do, I'll link them in the description box. But I really, really enjoy these products for this time of year. Before I do moisturizer, let's get a little something on the lips. I've been using the Lawless Forget the Filler Overnight Lip Mask. It feels so good. I absolutely love the Lawless lip glosses. I bought the Winter Trio. I have the Forget the Filler in just a lip gloss form, but then I also noticed on Sephora they had the Forget the Filler Lip Plumping. This little like baby trio, these are in Bitten, Blushed Sand, and Rose Pearl. I think this might be a contender for favorite lip gloss for 2023. We will see. The Patrick Ta one and Fenty. Oh, Fenty is still... Fenty Fussy is such a good everyday color. I'm not a lipstick person unless it's during the holidays. So I love my little mini Charlotte Tilbury reds, but I'm a lip gloss gal. because I like how juicy it makes your lips look. Anyway, this doesn't sting. There's like a minty coolness to it, but it is for hydrating, plumping, and smoothing your lips. And again, I don't have lip filler. I think that's probably obvious, but anything to make my skin look juicy after weight loss surgery, because there's a tendency for it to be dry and sallow. But like, do you see how glowy my skin looks? And I haven't even moisturized yet. I am going between two moisturizers right now. This is the Ole Henriksen Strength Trainer Peptide Boost Moisturizer. I use this both morning and night, or just at night, but I do interchange this with the Pink Juice moisturizer from Glow Recipe, which is what I'm going to use today. I take 2 pumps of this. If I am feeling particularly pale, I will mix this with a few self-tanner drops, though not a priority for me at the moment. Next month, when I take Mark on vacation, this will be a priority to do a little self-tan. But for right now, we're okay with the natural pale going on. Back of the hands. Now, I will show you what I'm going to do at night later, but I like to use my gua sha in the evening and my jade roller during the day. I like the way it feels. I feel like I'm getting a little pamper before my day even begins. I really like it on the forehead. My skin has been really happy with this combination so far this winter that I haven't really even been wearing foundation. That doesn't mean I'm not wearing makeup. I wear makeup every single day because I like it, but I'm just using like spot concealer, blush, and bronzer with maybe a little highlight depending on how festive I am feeling. But when your skin is clear and happy and glowy, I don't feel like I need a full face. Do you have a favorite tinted moisturizer? Would love to know. So that is it for my morning skincare prep. My skin is ready to go for what comes next today. And I will be bringing you with me in the evenings to get ready, unready with me. Oh, before I go, let me show you where I'm keeping all of these goodies. So this is my day organizer bag. This is also incredible for travel. It's a blush pink and it has these really pretty embroidered roses. It kind of reminds me of like a Beauty and the Beast throw, you know? And it also matches my Stony Clover really nicely. This is a pocket here, which I don't really use, but you could. And then, can you just look at all the storage in here, please? When you travel, you can hang this. Look, there's like individual pockets. So I tend to keep my skincare tucked away back here because they are in glass bottles. Like I put them in these little pouches, but this is so good for brushes. All of these little things open up. There's 3 sections. It's slim for traveling. There's zipper pockets. And then because I don't really use it for that type of travel, you can also just hook this away and let it lay flat. But this has just been so convenient. I will leave the link for this in the description box below. I love it. I did gift one of these at holiday time to my mom because we are traveling in April and I thought she would really like this. It's adorable, effective, and has a ton of storage. So I will link it below for you. Regardless of the season, I am big into any tools that will help me achieve the result I'm looking for. I have 3 worrisome spots, at least for me, or areas of my face. I worry about underneath my eyes becoming a little creepier than I want them to be because I know I have fine lines and wrinkles here. I worry about the like sagging of my face around my cheek area. And recently when I was in a Botox appointment with my girl Mary, I started talking to her about my smile lines. If you want me to take you with me on my next Botox appointment where I only do this part of my face, please let me know. I am happy to bring you along. and show you the nitty gritty of what goes into Botox. It's not as scary as you think. I have always had a super expressive face, which is great because it goes with my personality, but it's not so great for my facial muscles. Between my Botox appointments, which happen 2 to 3 times a year, I rely on my tools. So my jade roller is used, the bigger end to like really roll upwards, move all of my product into my skin. I use, as I showed you, the smaller version underneath my eyes because I think it helps the serum penetrate. I also love my gua sha at night, and I know I've mentioned this on Instagram and YouTube before, but it's all about like training your muscles. It loosens your muscles, works out the knots in your face. It's very relaxing. I will leave the ones that I love linked in the description box below, but I'm not sure I am the expert in facial tools, but because I'm showing them to you, I will leave them linked. Additionally, something I think I say to you in every video, particularly related to weight loss, if you don't want your skin to sag and you want to retain elasticity, girl, you gotta drink your water. Dehydrated skin is so much harder to remedy. So if you've already gotten to the point where your skin is dehydrated, you have to work so much harder to bring it back to neutral, never even mind glowy and dewy, because there can be glowy and dewy makeup products that you use, but if your skin is dry underneath, that will be a tell. It'll come through in your makeup. Your makeup is only going to be or sit on your face however good your skin already is. So that's something I've learned in this process, is like treating the symptom of, oh, my face looks really dry and dehydrated, let me apply more glowy highlighter, is not the solution. It's let me hydrate the skin underneath, like getting to that root cause, and water will get you there. We want our skin to be full of like elasticity, viscosity, plump juiciness. You have to drink your water, ma'am. And those things already recede with age, which is so mean, so mean. So in addition to drinking water to make sure that your body is healthy post-op, you need to do it for your skin too. Your face will thank you. Something that I never did prior to surgery is have regular facials. Now, I do these quarterly or seasonally, typically to hydrate or plump or anti-age. This past holiday season, I felt very lucky. I got to go to this beautiful spa and I had a hydrating Elemis facial. It was delightful. Elemis products are so expensive, but I think they might do what they claim. What kind of facials do you love? Are you someone who's into a specific type of facial? I know there are all kinds of crazy options now. Like, have you heard of the vampire facial? It uses your own blood on your face. What are the benefits of that? That sounds terrifying, but I'm intrigued. Let me know what kind of facials you like in the comments below. I kind of want to try microneedling this year, but I'm scared. I know the idea is that it breaks the surface of your skin in very, very tiny ways so that your products sink into your face better. Like, it amplifies your existing skincare. But does it hurt? I'm scared. Will I be red? I don't know. Okay, let's talk evening skincare. I'm a double cleanser now. Does that make me an it girl? Do you ever see those videos on TikTok, like how to be the it girl? She's all I want to be. She's all I want to be. And we've reached the end of the night, just like that. It is time to wash my face, to cleanse before I actually get into all of my nighttime skincare routine. So I wanted to show you what I do. I did not put foundation on today. I just used concealer. Feels like so long ago that I put my makeup on. Some bronzer, a little bit of cream blush, and then my eyes. So I wouldn't normally double cleanse on a day like this. I would probably just hop in the shower, which is what I'm planning on doing after this, and wash my face once using my CeraVe. But I'm gonna be double cleansing to show you how I'm using the makeup erasers. So I actually picked up a packet of these at Sephora while they were on sale. I got like 7 of them. One of the reasons why I love these, and this is not a sponsored product, it's because it actually saves you money. So if you're using like a really expensive cleanser on your face, you don't need to like pump the cleanser onto this. You just use this with water first and it removes all your makeup. That could be enough for what I have on my face right now, but I will be double cleansing again in the shower. So we'll do the first layer out of the shower and then the second layer in. And I typically use, I still use my Clarisonic, like this one. I don't know if you can see this. She's well loved. I actually have two. They're both the Mia's. I use the sensitive skin setting. This one I need to charge. This one has battery. So I'll use this in the shower with my cleanser just to make sure that I'm getting into my pores. This is something that I've done pre and post-op surgery, just to make sure that I'm getting the best cleanse that I can for my skin. So I'm using lukewarm water. My little makeup eraser is wet, and it's such a weird thing. I don't understand the technology. How does this cloth take off all of your makeup? But I love to use these. And then you just pop them right in the wash. And they're nice and soft. I wish that I had a travel case for them, because something I don't know what to do is when I go away, you can see that like my skin gets sensitive very quickly. When I travel, these are such a good size, but then I have like these soggy, damp, dirty cloths that I'm not immediately putting into the washing machine. So what do you do with yours? I usually bring like a Ziploc bag. I'm definitely going too hard on my eyes right now. Gentle, Chelsea, gentle. So again, I probably wouldn't just leave this as my initial, like my only cleanse, but we'll do a second in the shower and then we'll do our skincare. Good evening. You know, on TikTok where they're like, hot girls don't gatekeep. Callie bought me this for Christmas, not last year, but the year before. And in the morning, I use my cute aesthetic Let's Get Ready With Me headband. And in the evenings, I use my soft, comfy Minnie Mouse one. And it matches my little like cashmere jumper. Okay. Didn't even put the foam roller away. There is a closet tour coming if you're interested. I have a new lighting system. I'll show you how I shop and then what I keep in this section of my closet, and talk about like clothing and weight loss hand in hand, like what it's like to shop after you've lost so much weight. Make sure you're subscribed. We won't always look like this. Cheers. A vital part of my evening get ready, unready with me, rosé or Prosecco or champagne. Let's get into it. So I have just cleansed my face. I showed you my Cetaphil cleanser, but I've also been using this Eve Lom product. So this is an oil capsule, which I think is really hydrating for my skin. They come like this. You twist off this little end, and then there's oil inside, and you apply that to dry skin and then add warm water. And I've been using my makeup erasers just to follow up with that. It has like a very natural spa scent. So I'm going between the two, but I'm really liking this particularly for winter. Okay, let's talk about active ingredients. I am applying my Guerlain eye serum again, as promised. So I recently figured out, like within the past year or two, that what I'm doing to my skin is called cycling. So what that means is that I'm using only 1 or 2 active ingredients at a time, which is basically all my very sensitive skin can handle. And then I swap out my products evening to evening. I always follow up with a moisturizer. I wish I had an oil right now. I am fresh out of my favorite oils, and That's such a bummer because I like to go to bed very slick and I feel like oils do wonders for my skin. So that is on my current wish list. Do you have an oil that you love? I love is it the maracuja oil from Drunk Elephant so much. I really also like the Honest Beauty one. But that's what's missing right now for my skincare routine as like the last step. So let me show you what I'm cycling between. Okay, so between 1 and 3 times a week, I am using a 15% glycolic acid peel. I leave that on my skin for about 5 minutes, wash it off with warm water, and when I'm putting it on my skin is dry and clean, and then I follow with a moisturizer and do nothing else. That is helping the cell turnover and acts as an exfoliant. The other ingredients I'm going to show you here do similar things, and I'm not a skincare expert, but I will show you what I like. I like every single product from The Ordinary, including their oil. This is the viral TikTok face mask. It is a very interesting color, and it stays this color when you put it on your face. This is a 30% AHA and 2% BHA peeling solution. So this is a 10-minute exfoliating facial. So this would go on your clean, dry skin for up to 10 minutes, not ever any longer. And then you would rinse this off and follow with some type of moisturizer, nothing else. So when you're using such high percentages of active ingredients, it means that it is exfoliating your skin from the inside out. Like, it is cleaning the dead skin cells off your face without a scrub, which is really helpful for someone who has sensitive skin. And then it is increasing that cell turnover, which is something we all want. So this is a mask. This is not a daily routine. You should not be using this more than twice a week. So I will use this once a week, and my glycolic acid like 1 to 2 times, but never more than 3, and not on back-to-back nights. See, we're cycling. Despite this being a travel size dewy skin cream from Tatcha, this is actually dermatologist prescribed tretinoin. I learned about tretinoin because of social media and asked my dermatologist about it, and it works really well with rosacea. You only use a pea-sized amount, like a super tiny amount, on areas that you know will not be incredibly sensitive. So I put this on my forehead, on my nose, on my T-zone a little bit, not too far up or close to my eyes, on my chin, and then I follow with the moisturizer 20 to 30 minutes later. That's all I do. You can use this every single day, but I do not mix this with other active ingredients because tretinoin is a very intense retinol, so it does similar things. These 3 are my like daily go-to normal, not scary skincare routines. I think I like everything from Drunk Elephant. So this is the retinol cream. What I like about this is you can mix this with a moisturizer because it's a little more gentle. It's like a less intense retinol percentage. You can also use this in the morning. So if you are active ingredienting in the evenings, but you still want to get a little bit of retinol in, you could mix this in with your daily moisturizer. So this one's much more gentle on my skin on a regular basis. You could use this every day, again, just not in conjunction with other actives. I tend to swap out between these 2. This is Youth to the People. Again, this is a retinol, and you can use this like every other night. So these 2 can follow each other, which I really like. I think this evening, this is what I'm going to be using. And then I will also add into the mix, I have these as travel packets. These are the Paula's Choice BHA packets. So you can do this once or twice a day. So I tend to add this on first and then my retinol. I do not use this entire packet in one sitting. I will tend to spread this out over a couple of days, so it's much less concentrated. So our cocktail this evening, let's start with the Paula's Choice. This is salicylic acid. It's very thin. It looks like water. But don't be fooled. Those little packets will get you farther than you think. let that dry and sink into my skin. And then I'm going to use this. Are all retinols yellow? Because the Youth to the People one is also yellow. I'm gonna take that. Dibby, dibby, dibby. I've been using the retinol from Drunk Elephant for a very long time. Like, not this particular trial or travel size tube, but I've been using this one for a couple of years now. And despite having sensitive skin, it never ever has hurt me or made my face peel. Because that's the scary bit, or what worries people about retinol, is that if you use too much of it, or you use something that's a little more aggressive for your skin, that your skin can peel. And side note, whenever you use active ingredients, you always need to follow it with sunscreen during the day. It is the winter, so it's a little less intense in terms of sunscreen. Like, I don't put a specific sunscreen on. I'm adding the retinol eye cream that I showed you earlier from Glow Recipe for my under eyes. But my moisturizer and or foundation always has an SPF built in. And then this evening, I'm going to be using a fan favorite, a clean brand. This is the Tula moisturizer. I got these in a Sephora, like when I purchased something from Sephora, these were one of the freebie options. This is the 24/7 moisture hydrating day and night cream. So at night, I like to use something a little bit thicker. I know I like this and my skin responds to this. I also love all of Tatcha's moisturizers. The dewy skin cream, you just can't go wrong. Even though I have oily skin, it just never ever does me wrong. Yeah, this doesn't have a fragrance in it, which is really nice. Oh, it's light. It's lightly fragranced. My skin doesn't like certain fragrances, like when something is too rosy. Ooh, it like prickles and tingles, and I'm not allergic to rose. It just isn't happy that way. Don't forget about the backs of those hands. Little neck action. I also love face masks, so you're not seeing that here on camera, but I tend to do a face mask in the winter 4 to 5 times a week. They're typically hydrating face masks so that I'm not stacking active ingredients on top of each other and damaging my skin. I'm still using that Trader Joe's pumpkin one. I'm coming to the end of my time with that, so I'm trying to maximize it before I have to toss it. And we will cap this off with a little bit of Laneige sleeping mask. This is the peppermint one. I know it's probably intended for the holidays, but I like it all year round because it smells so fresh. I have the original of this still. It's in the car though. This also came with like a cute little lip brush. I always forget to use it. Oh, look, we're using it. And to complete my evening skincare, I will be using my Rodan and Fields Lash Boost. So I've talked a little bit about hair in general with, I'm gonna pull my mirror closer. Apologies if you can see it in the frame. I've talked a little bit about hair loss and my curly girl journey post weight loss surgery, and I may do an updated version of that because I feel like that's a question I get a lot is, will I be bald? What do I need to worry about? And hair is one of those things. It's why I started wearing my hair naturally. But I have found that this lash boost, it's really intended for your eyelashes, but I put it on my eyebrows. Also, it works. So my mom was using this and I noticed like a huge difference in her eyelashes. They were super thick. And last year I asked for my birthday, I'm like, whatever you're using on your eyes, that's what I want. And this was it. So I don't, admittedly, I don't do this every single night because my eyes are sensitive and sometimes this can make my eyes itch. Like some people see with a lash serum that they'll get like this tiny little red line where they're applying this. I haven't noticed that, but this is like an every other night, and I do put it in my eyebrows to make them as thick and juicy as possible because they are recovering from the past 20 years of overplucking in high school. Okay. It's now time to take our brows off and relax. So as you saw in the clip, I tend to wash my face twice. That's all double cleansing is. I use my makeup remover cloth to do the first round with just warm water, and then I will go in with a brush of some kind, or again, a tool, a facial cleansing tool, and gentle face cleanser to make sure that my skin is entirely clean. I used to be very lazy about washing my face, like only micellar water or makeup wipes, which are really bad for the environment. I do travel with them, but I don't use them on like a nightly basis because of their environmental impact. I used to just be very lazy. And I also did not ever do a great job getting my eye makeup off, and then I started to get styes. So I'm really careful about that now. I replace my mascara every 3 months. If I get a stye, all of my eye makeup gets thrown away and I start fresh, but I'm really gentle with cleansing my eyes, but I also want to make sure I'm getting close to the lash line. That's probably not a byproduct of weight loss surgery, but you know, we're sharing all of it. So at night, I now spend an extra like 15 minutes on my skincare routine. To some of you, I'm thinking of like my younger sister, that's an eternity. But to those of you who are into like the Japanese 11-step skincare routine, that's nothing. So I think I'm falling in between. In the evening, my routine differs because I am now cycling my products. Yes, that's a real thing. I thought I made it up. I love active ingredients. I'm very much into a glycolic acid, an AHA, BHA, tretinoin, retinol. I am cycling out on an evening basis what active ingredient I am using on my skin, and I am only ever using one at a time, and I tend to take a break every other night because I have rosacea and such sensitive skin. I layer those with hydrating serums and face moisturizers and under eye cream. I like to go to bed looking like a full-on slick chicken. At my age and being post-op, these things are helping to turn over the skin cells in my skin and create elasticity, allowing me not to need being a very strong word here, fillers and Botox in the rest of my face. And that's not to say I won't ever get those things, but I am not interested in a quick fix before I have tried to remedy the situation. And I'm pleased with how my skin is behaving and responding to these treatments. So there you have it. My winter morning and evening skincare routine, tossed in with a few of the things that I do now that I didn't do pre-op because I feel like it does help my skin. I also get my eyebrows microbladed, which is not a secret, but I had really tiny eyebrows because I overplucked them in the 90s and early 2000s when I was in high school. So it does help with the growth, and I apply my lash serum onto my eyebrows as well to increase growth and try to get those like stem cells moving along. I hope this is helpful for you. I am not a medical expert. I am not a skincare expert, but this has been a requested video, so I thought let's start the new year with a new routine. It doesn't require that you need to purchase anything. You likely have everything you already need, and you can always look up home remedies for a lot of these products. Please leave whatever questions you have in the comments, and if there are things that you would like me to try on my skin this year, I will happily do it. I look at skincare like a chemical experiment, and I just go with what works. I hope you have a magical start to 2023. We all love a clean, fresh slate. I would love to know what goals you have this year, and we will see you next week with yet another enlightening weight loss video. Bye everybody, have a fantastic year.